Here we are trying to find a greatest common divisor. So for that reason the greatest value we will choose. So n of a plus bi will be equal to 5. Then for GCD, n of a plus bi should be equals to 5. That means a square plus b square should be equal to 5. N of a plus bi means a square plus b square. This is should equal to 5. So what can be the possible values for a and b, which are integers? A can take the value plus minus 1 and b can take the value plus minus 2, and or a can take the value plus minus 2 and b can take the value plus minus 1, right? So these are the only possible values of a and b such that a square plus b square is 5. Now get the values of a plus bi from this by putting these values. So a plus bi can be, what are the values? The values can be at first 1 plus 2i, comma 1 minus 2i, then minus 1 plus 2i and minus 1 minus 2i, right? This is from the first part. And from the second part we can get 2 plus I, 2 minus I, minus 2 plus I, minus 2 minus I. So these are total 8 values we can get for a GCD. Now let's check. The first 4 values are associates to each other, right? And the last 4 values are also associates to each other. Just you can take any one of the first 4 elements, the other 3 will be associates with that element. And if you take these 4 values also, any one of them, the other 3 will become associate of it. So the only possible distinct values is one from that set and another one from that set. So we are choosing the first ones. So the only distinct elements can be 1 plus 2i, comma 2 plus I. These two. Okay. So the only possible values for GCD, possible distinct values for GCD are 1 plus 2i, 2 plus I. Now we need to check a little bit, that is both of them becomes GCD or only one of them or no one. It can become that both of them or at least one of them should be a GCD. So let's check for 1 plus 2i first. Now if 1 plus 2i, the first one is a GCD of these two given elements 1 plus 3i and 3 plus 4i, that means it should divide both the elements, that is 1 plus di. From here we can write 1 plus di divides 1 plus 3i, right? That means there exists some element p plus qi belongs to zi such that 1 plus 2i into p plus qi equals 1 plus 3i, right? That is 1 plus 3i can be expressed as a multiple of 1 plus 2i whenever it is dividing this. So now comparing left hand side and right hand side, what we can say, p minus 2q equal to 1 and 2p plus q equals 3. Now solve these two equations. After solving, what will you get? You will get p equals 7 by 5 and q equals 1 by 5. Both of them does not belongs to z because they are not integers. That means there does not exist any such element p plus qi belongs to zi such that this relation can hold. That means 1 plus 2i is not dividing 1 plus 3i. So it is not even a divisor. So it cannot be a GCD, that is greatest common divisor. So the only possible value for greatest common divisor is 2 plus I. So the required GCD is 2 plus I. That is the required GCD of the two elements 1 plus 3i, comma 3 plus 4i equals 2 plus I. This one. Okay. Next, moving to the next example, prove that GCD of 2, 1 plus I root 5 equals 1 in Z I root 5. prove that GCD of 2 comma 1 plus I root 5 equals 1 in Z of I root 5. We need to find that. So let's take one element from here, a plus b I root 5. This is equals our GCD. Okay. Now GCD means this element will divide 2 and 1 plus I root 5 both. So starting with this one. A plus b I root 5 is dividing 2. Taking the first condition. If it is dividing 2, then what we can write? There exists some c plus di root 5 belongs to zi root 5 such that a plus bi root 5 into c plus di root 5 equals to, just from the definition of divisor, that is n of a plus bi root 5 into n of c plus di root 5 equals n of 2. Apply the values. This will become a square plus 5b square into, this is also c square plus 5d square, and this will become 2 into 2 bar. 2 bar means 2, 2 into 2, 4. So this will becomes 4. Now what are the possibilities? A square plus 5b square can be 2, c square plus 5d square can be 2, or a square plus 5b square can be 1 and c square plus 5d square, it can be equal to 4. Here we cannot take minus 2 because norm function is always non-negative. Okay, this is why we are considering the positive values only. Or another condition can be a plus 5b square equals 4 and c square plus 5d square can be equals 1. These are the only possible values for a square plus 5b square and c square plus 5d square. Now check this condition. First one. Is there any value of a or any integer for a and b such that it's satisfying these two conditions? For a and b, just check for a and b. That is there any integer values of a and b such that a square plus 5b square equals 2? And the answer is no. There doesn't exist any integer value such that this two sum will becomes 2. So there is no value from this case. Check the second case. This one. What can be the values for a? Whenever a square plus 5b square equals 1, so a can be equals plus minus 1 and b can be take plus minus 0. These values can be possible there. And next, from the third condition, that is this one, what can be the values of a and b take? A can be plus minus 2 and b can be not plus minus 0, sorry, 0 is obviously no sign, with no sign. So b equals 0. So a can be plus minus 1 and b can be 0, and a can be plus minus 2 and b equals 0. So these are the only possible values. So what can be our value of a plus bi root 5? It can be 1 minus 1 and 2 minus 2, right? Now take 1 and minus 1 are associates with each other. 2 and minus 2 are associates with each other. So we will take only the distinct values. That is, the only distinct values are 1, 2. That means a plus bi root 5. That is the GCD value. Can be either 1 or it can be 2. Now let's take if the GCD is equals 2. If the GCD is equals to this case, then 2 will divide each of the elements. That means 2 will divide. 2 is obviously dividing 2, the first element. Also 2 is dividing the second element, that is 1 plus I root 5. That means there exists some p plus iq root 5 belongs to zi root 5 such that 2 into p plus iq root 5 equals 1 plus I root 5, just from the definition of divisor. Now equating both sides, we will get 2p equal to 1 and 2q equals 1. That is, p equals half and q equals half. No one of them belongs to z. So p plus q I root 5 cannot belongs to z of I root 5. That is 2 cannot divide 1 plus root 5. So 2 cannot be a GCD. So the only possible value for GCD is 1. So from here we can write GCD of 2 comma 1 plus I root 5 should be equals to 1. Okay. Next, moving to the next example. Show that 6 comma 2 into 1 plus root over minus 5 in Z of I root 5 have no GCD. These have no GCD. Okay. Now 6 can be written as 2 into 3, right? Again 6 can be written as 1 plus root over minus 5 into 1 minus root over minus 5. That is 1 plus I root 5 into 1 minus I root 5, right? If you multiply these two, you will get 6. So 6 can be written as like this and like this also. That means if you check this one, this is our 6 and this is the first element and this is the second element. So from there what we can write, that is 2 is a common divisor among 6 and this element, and 1 minus I root 5, this one is also a common divisor, right? These two are two common divisors of both the elements. So let's take some D is a GCD and D equal to some A plus B I root 5. Okay, let's take this is a GCD. So as there are few common divisors, so we can at least hope that there is some GCD. There may not be some GCD. What we have to prove there? That is, in spite of being some common divisors, there is no GCD for these two particular elements. So let's take D equals A plus B I root 5. Then what will be ND? ND will be A square plus 5B square, right? Now ND will divide, which divides both at first n of 6, the first element, norm value of the first element, and norm value of the second element, right? Because this is the GCD, D is the GCD, so ND will divide N6 and ND will divide this one. Now what are these values? N6 means 36 and N of this quantity means 2 square plus 5 into 2 square, that is ultimately 24. So A square plus 5B square, from here what we can write? A square plus 5B square divides 36 and A square plus 5B square divides 24. So let's get the common divisors for 36 and 24. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. All that values. Okay. Again, from there we have already computed that 2 and 1 minus 1 plus I root 5. These are two common divisors. These are two common divisors for these two elements, right? So from here we are writing 2 is a common divisor. That means N2 will divide ND by the property of GCD. That is, whenever we will get another common divisor, this will divide our GCD. So N2 divides D, that means N2 divides ND. That is 4 divides ND. So what possible values can ND take from this range? If 4 divides it, so it can be either 4 and can be 12, the only possible two values. So from there we can write ND can be 4, can be 12. Again, we have already also computed that 1 plus I root 5, this will also be a common divisor. That means 1 plus I root 5 will also divide our GCD D, that is N of 1 plus I root 5 will divide ND. Now what is n of 1 plus I root 5? It will become 6. 1 square plus 5 into 1 square, that is 6. So from here what we can write? 6 divides nd. So what will be the value of nd? If we consider this range for nd, it can be 6, it can be 12. So from here we can say that nd can be 6, 12. Now combining these two, this one and this one, the only common value is 12. So the actual value of nd is equals to 12. That means, what is nd? nd means a square plus 5b square, right? So nd equals 12. D is our GCD. That means n of a plus ib root 5, ib root 5 or what? Yes, a plus ib root 5 equals 12. That means a square plus 5b square equals 12. Now does there exist any integer a comma b such that this condition is satisfied by them? The answer is no. There doesn't exist any integral value of a and b such that a square plus 5b square equals 12. So no such a comma b belongs to z. That means no GCD exists. Okay. So this is how we find out the GCDs for numbers.